Polyamory or self-deception? He told me he was polyamorous on a Tuesday, in the middle of a rainstorm, right after we finished arguing about whether he'd remembered our anniversary. I'd been with him 3 years and never suspected a thing, but suddenly he had this whole confession about how he'd been juggling multiple relationships for the sake of honesty. My head spun. He said it like he was doing me a favor by finally being transparent, as if it explained the late nights, the moody silences, the way he'd stare at his phone with a little smirk, like he was in on a joke I'd never get. He started naming his supposed partners, dropping these details about their personalities, their quirks, things they'd said to him. He even got defensive, telling me I couldn't possibly understand what it's like to love more than one person. It was like he'd rehearsed the script 100 times. I wanted to scream. But something in his story didn't add up. How had he managed to keep me and all these other women apart for so long? Where were the lipstick stains, the stray hairs, the text messages popping up at all hours? He got irritated at my questions, insisted I was policing his true self. A week later, I cracked. I made a throwaway account on one of the apps he claimed to use, using a fake name and a photo of a girl from Pinterest. Within a day, he matched with me. The way he talked to me was almost verbatim what he'd said to me for years, the same jokes, the same plans for the future, the same confessions about feeling misunderstood. My heart dropped when I realized his polyamory was just a carousel of fake profiles he'd been talking to himself through, spinning stories about passionate affairs that never happened. There were no other women. It was just me and a gallery of ghosts he'd invented. When I confronted him, he laughed. Said it was my fault for not being enough, that if I'd just let him be who he wanted, he wouldn't have needed to pretend. Staring at him, I realized the most painful betrayal wasn't the lies or the fake affairs. Even the fights felt like rehearsed lines in a play I hadn't agreed to join. It was that, for 3 years, I'd been in love with a man who could only love himself, desperately needing the chaos to fill the emptiness inside him. And somehow, the most honest thing he ever did was lie right to my face.